Hello and welcome to the Six Awards of 2019. I'm recording this on December 31st. You lot should be watching this January the something. But anyway, let's get on and cover the categories as I did last year. And apologies for again flickering, but the lighting refresh rate and the camera's refresh rate are slightly off from each other. But anyway, never mind that. Let's get on to our first category, which is Film of the Year. What was my favourite film of the year? Well, if you know me, it's not gonna be a surprise. But it's Joker. Of course it was gonna be Joker. What else would it be? Unfortunately, I don't have a physical copy as of yet to hold up in front of you, but this is how mental I am. I have pre-ordered both Steelbook Blu-rays that are coming to the UK. So that's 60 quid I am spending on one film. So that is how much I really love this film. To be honest, it's one of those films where I honestly thought it was probably going to be shit. I mean, look at just all the other Warner Brothers DC films in the ring so far. They haven't exactly been stellar, have they? To say the least. But this, low budget one was actually really great. A really great, psychological character study. Which, to be honest, I actually thought was very uplifting. For me personally, a lot of people found it depressing, but I actually found it really uplifting. Actually, say of what you may of that, but yeah, that is my pick for the #1 film of this year. And as for a runners-up, I'm gonna give it to Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon. Yes, there was a lot of debate with myself on what would be the runner-up for this year, but I decided on Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon because, although not quite as good as the first film, it has still got that Aardman charm to it, and that British charm to it, and I do like the various sci-fi references that they put in this, and also references to other Aardman productions, and it's a nice little simple story to it, but again, it's that charm that has it. It's like, even Joker, doesn't really have a charm to it. It's not really, you wouldn't call that a charming film, but Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon, yeah, you'd probably call that a charming film. It's got that Aardman charm, that British charm to it, which is why it's that run-up, since, it's not Joker levels of good, but I'd wager anyone will watch this and not at least, have at least, enjoyed themselves at least a bit. I'll be hard-pressed to see anyone who dislikes it, to be honest. You could say that about most Aardman productions, but especially the Shaun the Sheep ones. Even though this one is, catered to a younger demographic. But anyway, let's go on to the next category. TV Show of the Year. And this time, although it's not the correct season, I can still hold up something physical for this. And it's BoJack Horseman Season 6 Part 1. Part 2 obviously be coming at the end of January, but to date, only Season 2 is the latest season to get a release, at least over here in the UK. So yeah, Season 2 I'm holding up, but Season 6 Part 1 is the one that gets this award for being, exactly what it is. And to be honest, it absolutely deserves it. Even though this is, half a season, not a full season, it absolutely deserves it in what it actually is and what it does, in the fact that it actually rewards the long-time viewers for staying all this far, for basically seeing everything build up and you're thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be building up here, and sets up for a massive crash down, presumably, in the second half later on, which, we all know is probably going to be great, but it's also going to be sad that that'll be the end of BoJack Horseman. It's a shame, but hell, it is what it is. And then the runner-up, this one might actually surprise a few people. The Netflix series Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham. Yeah, I haven't talked about this series at all on this channel or any channel, so I'll quickly give my quick rundowns on it. To be precise, basically, this is probably one of the best Dr. Seuss adaptations out there, and yet it still goes for pretty much an almost completely original angle to it. I mean, how do you make the short story Green Eggs and Ham into a 13 episode series with a second season on the way? How the hell do you do that? And yet keep the original story in there as well? Well, this series managed it, and it also gets a point for its animation. You see, this animation is not the modern type, you know, of just do it in Flash essentially, or equivalent software. No, this is frame by frame animation, which meant that this is actually to date the most expensive animated series on Netflix, because rather than, you know, just doing it all on a computer, this is frame by frame animation, which means each frame of the animation is hand drawn. It's still drawn on a computer, it's not drawn on paper, but each, you know, cell of animation is hand drawn, which really does make the animation in this shine. And I do love the stylistics to it as well. It's not perfect in a few areas. There are a couple of things in it, or should I say a couple of characters, if you've watched the series you know exactly what I'm talking about, that are a little bit irritating, but other than that, yeah, it's a fantastic series that, to be honest, I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about, and I'm not exactly helping to that by not talking about it on my channel until now. But anyway, let's get on to the next category, which is Album of the Year. What was my favourite album of the year? Well, Pink, Hurts to Be Human. To be honest, there isn't really much I could really choose in terms of albums that were actually released this year, because, well, not many of them I actually listened to or purchased. But this is one of them, actually, and I really do like the vinyl of this, because this is the Target exclusive version of the vinyl, which basically means that if we take it out like this, ooh, look at that nice little swirly pattern, which was exclusive to Target in the US and hasn't been released anywhere else. So obviously, you know, I bought this off a person off eBay. But yeah, in terms of the best track on the album, I don't know. I mean, obviously the first track to be released on this album was... What was the first track to be released? Walk Me Home, that's the first track that was released. But I think Can We Pretend is probably the best track on the album. Just looking at it, yeah, I'd say Can We Pretend is probably the best track on the album. Though I will say, though, it's not an amazing album. And that's why, to be honest, I've only really... albums that came out this year, I've only bought 3. So, my runner-up is Mark Ronson's Late Night Feelings, and Find You Again is easily my favourite track of the year. So if you were talking about an individual song, this would win, because Find You Again is probably the track I've listened to the most amount from a new album this year. So yeah, but the album overall I don't like as much in terms of songs. You know, there aren't as many on here compared to Pink's Hurt to Be Human that are on there. And the only other album I got, if you saw my Christmas unboxing that came out this year and late this year, was James Blunt's Once Upon a Mind, which, listening to it, it's not bad. It's a very consistent album. However, to be honest, apart from maybe Cold, there's no tracks that really jump out at you and go, this is a, this is, you know, the reason to have this album, or, you know, these tracks will really stand out in your mind. Apart from Cold, all the other tracks on the album kind of blur into one because they do sound very similar. It's very consistent, and it's not bad. It's actually probably the best in terms of consistency in all the tracks, but, you know, that's sort of an honourable mention, or another mention, rather than a runner-up to it. And we now get on to my favourite vinyl of the year, and I'm going to cheat with this one. Yeah, I'm going to cheat with this one because I have no idea when this was released, but I did get it this year, so I'm going to put it here. Eiffel 65 Blue. Yeah. Now, good luck trying to find this vinyl because if you notice on here, it says, if the camera will focus, promo, not for sale. And this is most likely a made for DJs, essentially, rather than, you know, a consumer. Come on, focus, come back to me. So, you know, I found this on eBay, though whether you'll be able to find one, I don't know. I haven't been checking, but to be honest, I had to wait a long time to find a vinyl of that, and Eiffel 65 Blue is my favourite song of all time, so of course it was going to be number one there. And to be honest, as for a runner-up, I'm going to have to go with Pink Hurts to Be Human as a runner-up for the colour of the vinyl. Quite frankly, it's probably my favourite colour of vinyl. I do like that sort of marble texture, especially, well, marble look to it, and its swirling patterns and that, especially when it's obviously spinning on my turntable. So yeah, I really like. Now, let's go on to Blu-ray of the year. I can't remember if I did this last year or not, but regardless, we're doing Blu-ray of the year this time around, since I'm now separating everything into different categories. So, my number one pick for Blu-ray of the year, Doctor Who Season 23 Blu-ray box set. And I'll do the runner-up as well right now. Doctor Who Season 19 Blu-ray box set. So, yeah, to those who look at the 6 Sec regular channel, the main one, it'll come as no surprise to you. So if you don't know by now, if you're completely clueless to what the fuck I'm on about, basically all the Doctor Who Classics seasons are getting releases on Blu-ray. You might be thinking, great, they're on DVD anyway, and aren't they just upscales? And yes and no. But the difference is, and the reason you buy them, is two reasons in the UK, and two different reasons in the US. Well, one of them the same. In the UK, the two reasons you buy this are the packaging, which is lovely. These are really lovely boxes that fold out with booklets and all the discs, and that is all nice. But also, you buy it for the plethora of special features on here, because there are tons and tons of special features on these box sets. In fact, sometimes the special features are A, actually longer, and B, sometimes actually have more money. Yes, more money put into them than the stories actually did back in the day. Which is ironic, I know, but sometimes they do put more money into them. So yeah, but Season 23 wins simply because it's the best in terms of production and its special features with the amount it has on there. And Season 19 is a very, very close runner-up with new making of documentaries for every story. They're not offering a huge tongue more over that. So that's in as a runners-up for Blu-ray of the year. So yeah, to be honest, I couldn't really choose anything else because Blu-rays to me shouldn't just be, you know, the film or TV show that's on them. It should also have plenty of special features and also have to have really nice packaging and look more like a collector's item. Now, I did say there was two different reasons for the US. Well, technically one. Obviously, you've still got the special features thing in the US, but also in the US, a lot of Doctor Who stories on DVD have gone out of print. So it gives US consumers a chance to, pick them out if they'd have missed out on the DVD release. Obviously in the UK that's not really a thing. You can buy basically any DVD for £5 or £6 brand new, to be honest. But they don't get a win on the packaging because, unlike the nice lovely UK packaging, they get something more akin to this, where it's just a slipcase and that's it. Yeah, not the lovely fold-out packaging or booklet. In fact, not even having the same artwork on the discs. They just have the same artwork as the front cover on each disc, which is really, really depressing when you think about it, how badly it is. It's no surprise that a lot of Americans are actually importing theirs from Zavvi and bringing them over there. So, here we are again in the final category, a very personal one to me. What is my favourite purchase of the year? Well, go get it. Well, I say get it. Let me show you what my favourite purchase was of the year. No, it's not you if that's what you're thinking by holding up this mirror. It's what's recording this video right now. It's my Panasonic Lumix DMC G7, or the Panasonic G7 as it's more commonly known. Yes, this is the new camera that I got this year to finally, upgrade my equipment, and you could include the shotgun mic that I'm using on this, which is a Tascar SGC-598. Okay, but yeah, this was the year I really, upgraded my equipment and that to make everything, make the move to go to moving everything into 4K, because it's much easier when you've actually got a 4K camera, because I was using my phone to do, some 4K reviews here and there, but having an actual camera is much easier. For one, I can see myself in there, the viewfinder just there, I've got the full zooming and that, and with obviously this being a mirrorless camera, with a micro four thirds lens, I can swap it out at later points and switch out for whatever I want, quite frankly. And yeah, it just means that I don't have to worry about everything having to be recorded on the phone and that. And I do love this camera. It is obviously my favourite camera and is my favourite purchase of this year, and I will be using it in years to come as well. So yeah, that was tiring. But anyway, that's it for 2019. Yeah, that's the 6 Sec Awards for 2019. Do they mean anything? Absolutely not. I doubt anyone will be thrilled now, which is why I haven't done what MKBHD would do and make actual trophies and offer them out to the companies. So yeah, this is it. So 2019, we're done. It hasn't been a brilliant year for me personally, but we're all still here, and well, hopefully we are. And 2020, a new decade, as people keep going on and on about, and making me feel older and older day by day. But then I look at myself in the mirror and realise I'm not like a sad old git in front of a mirror looking at myself 24/7, watching myself slowly age. But anyway, more content to come in the future. I've got plans for other reviews that I'm going to be doing. But if there's any suggestions on anything you'd like me to cover, whether it be, a Fallout review, or if you want me to just do a quick coverage on thoughts on watching, where I just, give a synopsis on my initial thoughts after watching something, then let me know in the comments below. But anyway, that's it. Yeah. Tassie, bye!